What's going on, Conscious Crew members? It is your favorite breakdown commentator, CTV. Welcome to another episode of the Consciouztv platform. We are here to give a episode 3 part 2 review for Dr. Larry D. Reid's reality show, Reiding Things My Way. You guys know this is one of my favorite reality shows to date, and I can't believe it's a freaking web series. I'm talking about I have been glued and obsessed with Reiding Things My Way since season 1. If you guys have not seen season 1, please jump into Dr. Larry D. Reid's Patreon, where you can find season 1 exclusively. You do have to request it from him once you're in Patreon, so make sure that if you want to see season 1, which was off the motherfucking chain, baby, I'm talking about that thing was fully loaded. Everything from the Q&A session that took place mid-season during season 1 to what played out on the show. I mean, my God, it was deep, it was entertaining, it was just everything that's black and everything that is love and everything that is drama, baby. It was giving me old school reality TV, unscripted, raw, unfiltered. It was astonishing, truly. So make sure that you guys send Larry a message once you're in there to let him know that you want to see season 1. Okay. Now we're going to get into episode 3, part 2. If you guys have not seen the review for part 1 of episode 3, make sure that you check the description box. I listed and posted the link to review of part 1 below. Before we get any further into this discussion, baby, make sure you give me a nasty piece, a thumbs up. You guys know that thumbing up helps with algorithm. It helps YouTube to send out the stream wherever it needs to be, all across the YouTube diaspora, baby, so that folk can find the kingdom and become Conscious Crew members today. If you are new here, definitely hit that subscribe button, because if I like it, you're definitely going to love it. And if you don't mind, share. Tell your friends, your family, your pets, your pastor, your preacher, your prophet, your God, that we are in the building, baby, loud, live, and in color. And with no further ado, let's get into some things. Okay. So this episode opens up with Bishop and Larry still in this Lord of the Rings library in Bishop Jordan's house, and they are continuing a dialogue regarding this marijuana problem Larry's daughters have. And I agree with Larry's concerns, which is not so much of the weed itself, but where the weed being sold to his daughters is coming from, and not wanting anyone to lace the marijuana, and it opened up a whole world of niggerment in their lives. As a result, he preferred they go the professional route, consult with the doctor, get some medically approved cannabis in conjunction with therapy and Bible reading. Now, Larry and Lisa did start venturing off into that fear-mongering thing, with Elisa talking about she got a cousin who got a second cousin who got a wife whose husband's daughter's best friend fell into the damn sunken place and lost their everlasting mind as a result of smoking weed. Therefore, Lisa and Larry don't want their daughters coming home from school one day and then bust out and run the streets butt naked while screaming the Pledge of Allegiance like Lisa's cousin sometimes do from being exposed to a bad batch of grass. Now, trust me, I know for parents all it takes is for there to be one bad case of a scenario for them to obsess over the worst case scenario. But the good news here is weed ushering someone into the sunken place permanently is a rare and fringe outcome. Is not what generally and typically happens. For the same can be said about Tylenol, cosmetic surgery, soul food, and everything else that comes with a potential for disaster. I'm curious to know, have the Reids tried putting the kids on other supplements to help them with their anxiety and depression, which might be worth exploring? I'll also say this: at the end of the day, Larry and Lisa are the parents. I commend them for trying to meet their daughters in the middle with this weed thing. Because in most black households, it's a dictatorship and not a democracy. And if only the daughters understood just how lucky they are to have parents who were willing to let them utilize marijuana, but under the safest conditions possible. But it's clear the girls don't. Therefore, I encourage the Reids to pull out the old, if I catch your black ass smoking weed again in my house, you will be thrusted into the streets without my financial support and forced into child labor to provide oodles and noodles for your survival. And I encourage the Reids to mean it if they gon' say it. Because when democracy doesn't work, it's simply time to run the household like Donald Trump did America. I have a philosophy of working with people and being diplomatic at first. If that don't work, it's simply my way or the goddamn highway. Bishop said a whole word when he stated, depression is a lack of expression. Absolutely. As a very creative young person myself, coupled with being an empath, I suffered from a lot of severe episodes of depression. I was living a regular life as an irregular person, and it was killing me at times, like trying to fit a square into a circle. When Bishop stated that the daughters need community, he echoed and reiterated everything I stated about Exaria in my previous reviews, but I'll never get no credit for nothing. Because most creative, empathic people need to be around their own kind. Goldfish swim with other goldfish, chickens run with other chickens, rabbits hop with other rabbits, cats meow with other cats, and dogs bark with other dogs. Their daughters are really hippies. They need a safe space with other hippie-like teenagers to draw, create music, write, film, and have fun and be geniuses in. Artistic people as well as empathic people need assignments and things that keep them engaged. It's not good for creatives and empaths to have an idle mind, or their shadow self will consume them if so. Now, Bishop also said, drugs are a lazy man's meditation. Woo! That's definitely true for some, as it can be an enhancement of a truth seeker's mind as well. Kinda how Cerebro was to Professor X from X-Men, which enhanced his abilities. In Exaria's case, though, it does seem that it's a coping mechanism more than it is anything else. Yoga is a big thing these days that encompasses both a good workout and sound meditative practices. This might be something that brings value to Exaria's experience. Now, child, I live for Bishop getting into the nuance of parenting and the difficult balance of being a responsible parent, but also discerning where your own egotisms are in relation to the letting go and welcoming of the independence of a young person who's on the threshold of self-awareness. This time between parents and their teenagers is a difficult one for both. For the young person is wrestling with their own individuality and autonomy in the face of their parents' authority, while the parents are wrestling with their own authority in the face of their teenagers' growing liberation and need for affirmation regarding their independence rather than criticism and control. As a man who was once a young adult myself, I know how important the things Bishop is communicating to Larry is, for had my parents had this wisdom themselves, they would have been able to offer more emotional support to me, and I would have trusted my parents more for not trying to control me, but guide me when needed. Now, the dialogue Reid engaged in with Bishop Jordan about not feeling as respected and honored as he thinks he should amongst his own people is something that many protectors and empaths feel historically and universally. For I feel the same way, not as much these days, but it's still a feeling I revisit from time to time. But I'm better with that feeling because I understand more about my empathic nature. I understand that as an empath, I naturally have more to give than the average person. Therefore, my contribution will be heavier than most people's, including those I know love me. The ratio of support, protection, and reciprocation will always be disproportionate because I have a skill set that is different than everyday people. people, which is the skill and art of love. As an empath, I pay attention to the people I love in detailed, critical ways that they are not paying attention to me in. I remember things about them that go over their heads about me. I retain things in my soul about them that they don't store in their minds about me. These abilities make me a great gifter or lover. It helps me to make things more meaningful for them because I take time to understand and study their love language and what the people I love are missing from their lives. As an empath, I make it my business to intentionally fill those holes and to be something to them that others have felt to be to them. And this is not the case for everyday people. Everyday people are busy consumed with their own lives, paying bills, and maintaining their own sanity. They retain surface and oftentimes superficial data about the people in their life, while empaths bond more intimately with those they love. This is such a type and shadow for mystics that is almost unbelievable. Because even the Bible states that Jesus could do no great works in Bethlehem because the people did not believe. And the reason they did not believe is because Jesus was too familiar to his hometown to be seen as something separate from what everyone else was. He was just the son of a carpenter. He was just a poor man's child. He could never be seen as God or the Messiah to them. And the same is for Larry, myself, and every other lover, healer, an empath in the world. He's just Larry to his daughters. He's just Larry to Vincent and Macca. I think, though, this is why Larry broke down during his B-Day celebration with his parents, because it was the first time Larry felt his parents truly saw his manhood, saw his greatness, saw his heart, saw his intention. It was the first time I believe Larry felt his parents finally understood that everything he ever did was from a place of love and wanting to make things better. And they cried because they realized it and they're proud of it. People who are far off from us can support us easier because they don't see as much of themselves in us as those around us do. People who sit at a distance only have the luxury of seeing the best parts of us, but intimacy creates a close up view, and metaphorically speaking, sometimes people who have close range cannot see the blemishes on your face and still revere you as magnificent. Those blemishes, metaphorically speaking, humanize you to those who have proximity to you, while people from afar almost are experiencing a filtered like version of you, which shapes and amplifies their perception of you. Now, it doesn't mean the people around you love you or honor you less, but that their perception simply allows them to have another experience, a different experience of you, rather than those who know you as a viewer, subscriber, pastor, etc. The love is the same from both parties, but the treatment of you will always be almost different because of proximity. I love what Bishop said about discerning those who have your best interest from those who don't by way of loyalty. That you know who's assigned to you based upon their ability to protect and serve you from the outside in to the inside out. Absolutely. And that's why I left so many people in the dust in this season of my life, because I finally got that as well. I know who's who now. And my relationship is one way with those who are assigned to me, from those who love me, from those who are circumstantially placed around me. This is very important to understand, especially if you're someone who has things to lose and things to do in life. Now, Lisa and Larry getting back together has been a running theme since Lisa moved back in with Larry in Cardi B's old house. I do think Larry and Lisa are anointed to be together, and this is why it works as well as it does with them. They are able to be friends and lovers while they had some struggles as a couple. That happens in relationships, especially marriage. But that's why friendship is so important, because it acts as a safeguard for the troubles that wrinkle the waters of love. Now, some people are able to utilize that friendship when the marriage is going through it in real time, while some choose to separate from the marriage while sustaining the friendship, like Larry and Lisa did, which, to Bishop's point, may be indicative of a marriage that's meant to be and should have been. I think to Larry's point, though, it's more of him letting Lisa find herself, since she's the one who pulled the divorce card, not him. I think he has grounds to be concerned, and even the need to be convinced of the romance regarding Lisa again. So the ball is really in Lisa's court and how she navigates singleness and co-parenting. Now, Lisa don't know this, but I'm putting her up on game right now. If you want Larry back, Elisa Dunn. If you want to be Elisa Reid again, Elisa Reid 2.0, girl, listen to me closely. Larry is low-key secretly graying you. So depending on how smooth you are around the house and with the kids and socially, will determine whether you get that pop-up proposal or not. So slay, my sister. Don't let some other hussy come in and wed this millionaire you had hands in building up. Okay? So I need you to be wearing some good bustier, big titty, expensive Victoria's Secret bras, baby. To have that thong showing out of your jeans. Wear old nasty piece of crop top, honey. I need you to be Sarah Lee and Betty Crocker around the house, baby. You don't get Shamaka out of there. Get him out of that kitchen, baby. You got to perform, honey. It's a multi-million-dollar media mogul on the line, baby, okay? So I need you to really showcase and personify all your womanness and femininity, honey. I need you to buy that new Erykah Badu perfume called Pussy, honey. Spray yourself down in that every day, honey. I mean, you the girl. Act like you came to win, honey, okay? So when you do, honey, because I believe in you, baby, we're rooting for you, Alicia, baby. Okay? Just don't forget about CTV on allowance day. Because after you get that ring, I think I'm going to be pretty deserving of a finder's fee. Oh, now the dinner. Girl, when everybody finally got to eat and Larry finally got done draining his damn mentor for all he was worth, okay? I wanted to know when these niggas sat down at this velvet rope, long, Last Supper, cathedral, Catholic church ass dinner table with these turtle salt shakers in the form of silver and gold. Why did Larry and Shamaka have on these damn sunglasses under these dim lit lights? Larry and Macca with these damn shades on was so rude and impersonal. We know y'all niggas wearing name brand shit. We know y'all ain't broke no more. We know y'all ain't selling food stamps no more to pay the electric bill. See, them sunglasses on at the table, that's childhood trauma, okay? That's childhood trauma rooted in poverty at the dinner table, baby. In the form of sunglasses, baby. These niggas never want to see brokenness again. I ain't mad at it, okay? I'm surprised that First Lady and Bishop Jordan allowed that niggerment at the dinner table, of all places. Now, the rest of the conversation episode got real cute, girl. They was covering tattoos. First Lady Jordan was saying how she got her own nasty piece of Christian tattoo on her foot, and her husband loves it. Despite all that ish, she be talking to Larry about all the niggerment he got scribbled all over his body, okay? And then Kendall Peacock, he went to talking about this earring that Larry had done knocked out of his ear when he was calling all type of demons and spirits and stuff up out of Kendall at his old church, baby. And the Holy Ghost got the drop kicking Kendall's earrings out of his earlobes and things. And then when he woke up, honey, and he no longer was demon possessed, he went to Larry and asked him, did he see the earring that the Holy Ghost drop kick? And Larry said, yeah, it got drop kicked in the trash, so you might as well dispose of the other one. Ain't gonna be no earrings around here, child. I was like, what happened now? What happened? And then Shamaka had got to talking about how he was over Larry, deciding to get his damn ears pierced later because he never imagined his pastor having his ears pierced, and despite him having tattoos at the time, he not a damn hypocrite, and he just don't think pastors should have earrings. But Larry always been a tradition breaker. Therefore, he just accepted that this is Larry. He always gonna get on my last nerve. He always gonna turn my beard gray. He always gonna do something unruly and wild. He always gonna be a Gentile. And you know what? If he don't mind it, then I ain't gonna stress myself and give myself no damn diabetes and high blood pressure running after Larry and all of his fashion trends and things. And then Macca was complaining about the food, child. We got these niggas at the table, baby. Okay, they came, okay, to unzip their pants, baby. They came to the dinner table prepared to manifest a fupa, baby. But he was saying that the chefs kept feeding them these toddler portions of this damn food, honey. They was eating all type of goddamn oxtails and ostrich feathers, girl. Just rich nigga shit, baby. Rich nigga cuisine, baby. Eating all type of swine and swans and eating polar bear meat and shit, girl. I mean, this shit, that's all up out of our tax bracket, baby. Okay, they had it going on, child. And then I was hollering, okay, when Lisa and First Lady got to talking about church culture and talking about these fake ass church hoes who always worried about everything else but they damn salvation, okay? And First Lady and Lisa was talking about how, the women had this expectation of them as First Lady, and First Lady Jordan was saying she didn't give a damn about those women's expectations. She wasn't coming to church as no fashion show. She had to wear things that she didn't mind throwing away because she carrying babies. These babies are burping and throwing up everywhere. She's a mother, and she did things that were practical, things that were rational and made sense. She was not interested, okay, in looking like Queen of damn Elizabeth just for the sake of the capitalism and marketability of Christianity and Christendom, baby. I know that's real, baby. See, First Lady is the real deal. And Lisa spoke about, how she didn't have a lot of women to look up to, and she was on her own for a long time as First Lady. She talked about the depression and the loneliness that came with that, and maybe even the trial and error she felt she endured as a result of not having mentorship and leadership in that way. But she found her way. She a bad mama Gemini, baby. Okay, she got First Lady thing down, baby. We done lived and we done learned, baby. Nah, Miss Lisa about to go for that wedding. She about to go for that proposal, baby. And she about to show these new millennial First Ladies, baby, how to put that everlasting work, baby, how you do this thing, because she true to this. She definitely ain't new to this anymore. So this was a wonderful episode, girl. They gave us 2 hours, and rightfully so. This episode took 3 damn whole weeks to get out, honey. I know Larry had promised that everything was going to roll out perfectly at the part 1 of episode 3, child, but it's been all type of things going on. So from this point forward, okay, the next time we get an episode, everything from that point should be rolling on schedule, okay? Should be rolling on time. I'm also going to say that I was happy to see Latrice. I was happy to see Vincent. I was happy to see Locklear. Oh, baby. Speaking of Locklear, baby. Baby, it was so much rude Last Supper etiquette going on, baby. When Macca, and I think that was Bishop Bernard Jordan's daughter, who was sitting beside Locklear, baby, when they got to talking, Bishop's daughter and Mako was talking through Locklear, who was in the middle, baby. Let me tell you something. When them niggas got to talking and opening their mouths, Locklear did not pick up another spoonful of his soup. He ain't pick up another spoonful of polar bear meat, baby, of ostrich soup, girl, because Ain't no telling what type of ate up, chewed up food had done made into his plate, made it into his drinking cup, because these two black folk wanna be just carrying on like they ain't got somebody sitting right in between them who got open food all up in front of them. Child, I would have got the elbowing and knucking and bucking them niggas into unconsciousness, baby. Okay, just the rudeness of it all, sugar. But I was happy to see Locklear. And you know what? I want to see more of the cast, okay? Because I know, baby, we got questions for Latrice, Larry. Can we get an update? Can we see what's going on with Latrice and her girlfriend? Are they still together? What happened with Latrice and her girlfriend and the girlfriend's mom? What has life been like? What happened to the relationship? We need to see Josh. We need to see what's going on with him, how he driving Shamaka crazy. We need to see what's going on with the Locklear family, baby. Have Azaria them overcame their situations with the daughter of the Locklears. And it's like, girl, it's all type of castmates on the show, honey. So we need to see what's going on with the family, okay? It's other stars here on set, okay? So we want to see more of. We want to see a little bit more of the other people on the show as well, because it feels awkward that they're somewhat a part of the show this season, but not really, but kind of, sort of, but not really. So if you're going to show them, honey, let them live. Let them get their 15 minutes. We got questions, baby. We want to get up in their business and judge the hell out of them, too. So if you guys have not seen episode 3, part 2, please check it out. All links will be provided to Larry's Patreon, to Larry's YouTube, where you can donate. Also, this is the doctor's birthday month. He's a old nasty piece of Aquarius child. We had a web celebration for him over in his Patreon. We all donated $1,044.44 a piece to him, because we just wanted to treat the doctor and appreciate him and celebrate him while he's amongst us. He's been bringing us wonderful content, wonderful dialogue, wonderful discussions about sexuality, about creativity, about entrepreneurship. I mean, Larry is doing the goddamn thing. I love this man, and he's so valuable to the culture, and I really appreciate him. So please hit him up on Cash App at Larry Reid, not Larry Reid Live, not none of that. It's just $ Larry Reid, or you can donate to his personal website. You can donate to his PayPal. All information will be listed below. Once again, give me a nasty piece of thumbs up if you're new here, subscribe, and all of that good jazz. Tell me what you guys think of this episode, honey. What do you guys think about the discussion around marijuana and the daughters? How would y'all handle that? What do y'all think is going on? Do y'all think Larry and Lisa should get back together? Okay, what y'all think going on there? And I'll see you guys in the comment section. Later.
One whisper, one word spoken, lightly said to me, and I was caught. I was trapped in, tightly wrapped in, instant capture, and I almost lost. Warm feelings quickly rushing, enticing me, and hope was lost. Could see clearly, I drew nearer. Those smooth nothings had me all messed up. I hear your words to me, come quickly away from it. Help me to see the end from the beginning. No matter how I feel, I hear you caution loud and clear. Oh, 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 it's a dangerous love. Oh, 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 it's a dangerous love. You stare long, cannot see wrong. Come in closer and closer, touching shoulders, no close cover, and safety's gone. Night of passion, quickly wrapping the day after, and I'm all messed up. I hear your words to me, come quickly away from me. Help me to see the end from the beginning, no matter how I feel. I hear you speaking.